Hello, everyone. I'm breaking down something amazing for you today. And what we're talking about is integrating ChatGPT with some of your best services, whether it's a CRM, a Google Drive, whatever. In today's video, I'm showing you how to pull ChatGPT into your process inside your agency. So let's get started. Now, today you see my screen where I'm looking at ChatGPT. And recently I had to do this for HubSpot, but I want to show you how you can do it with a lot of different tools. So when you're in your ChatGPT, remember, you need to be on the paid version, which is usually about $20 a month. And you go into tools and you need to connect some things here. Go right here to run deep research, then go to sources. Now you see I have my HubSpot plugged in, but let's go to connect more apps. Let's see what all we could connect here. I mean, there's a lot of different things I could connect here. As you can see right here on the left side, I've connected HubSpot. So let's just say we've got the HubSpot turned on, like you can see right here. But I don't want you to search web. I just want you to search HubSpot. And I'm looking for deals in HubSpot that have not been contacted in 14 days. Now, look, this is deep research, which means it has to think for a while. This could take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I was working with a client earlier on one particular part, and it did take a while. Now, I did use this a few days ago when we were analyzing some bottlenecks in our processes, and it really helped there. But on the right-hand side, once this thing starts working, you should be able to see the activity that's doing on the right-hand side. And then we'll have a breakdown here, right here on the screen, where you can kind of see all the different things that it did. So we're going to wait here for a few minutes while we wait for it to do this. Now remember, I told you you could do this with HubSpot. You could do this with Google Drive. Gemini is doing this a lot now with the Google Drive, the Gmail, and all that. So there's a lot of different tools you can do it to. The reason we're doing it with HubSpot is, look, HubSpot is a very powerful CRM. It has a lot of data. As you can imagine, it can take you a long time to go through that data. Because of that, a certain tool like this could really help me analyze these deals that have not been touched in more than 14 days on the new business pipeline. I'm currently also using it to help rebuild our new business pipeline, to help rebuild our renewal pipeline, working with some integrations and things like that. So I'm working in all these different things, but I just wanted to show you kind of, what you can do with this and some of the power of connecting a GPT to one of those tools. Now, you want to be careful with customer data, but at the same time, you want to make sure you're using the paid version, because the paid version does give you some protection there if you're putting something in there. Also, I know I have not done a video on this, but in settings, you can also have it where it does not train its model based off of your data. That can be very important. Maybe you do want it to train it off your data. Typically, we recommend that you don't, though. That way it's not trying to pull that data. Something else you also saw when I set this up, I turned off web search. I did not want web search. I wanted specifically HubSpot. This is another way you could also use ChatGPT to become your clone, and that is not searching the internet, but only searching what you give it. This could cut down on hallucinations, but this is just one way. Remember, we're using a 4.0 model to do this. If we wanted to go deep into some reasoning, we could use the 0.3 model, which may be a little more powerful there. But when it comes to different things in ChatGPT and pulling in these different data sources, this could be very valuable. One thing is, if you've got a team that's using this, and if you don't, I do recommend it. I think it's about $30 a month to be on the team version. And what you can do there is each one of your team members, as you can see on my left-hand side, you can have access to your GPTs. And then in doing this, you can give them access to everything you're building. Whether it's a renewal pipeline, a new business pipeline, an underwriting pipeline. Look, when you're building these GPTs, you want to build, typically I build each GPT for one solid purpose. I'm focused on solving one problem, removing one friction. Let's just hit stop here just to see what happens. And I just want to show you here, if you decide to hit stop, and see what happens. All right, now let's see what information ChatGPT was able to come back with. As we scroll down, we looked at that prompt that we gave it, and now it's analyzing inactive deals in the new business pipeline. As we start to scroll through this, we'll see deals inactive, things more than 14 days in the new business pipeline. It starts to tell me patterns by stage. It starts to help me understand different behavior. Remember, artificial intelligence a lot of times is just predictive patterns, like notably high value and active deals. These are deals that we could get active again and get closed. Even giving me the recommendations for the follow up. Now I can even go these in and I can even build an automation with it if I wanted to. So these are just some of the things when you connect, ChatGPT with your HubSpot CRM, or maybe you have a different CRM. But when you connect it with a Google Drive, when you connect it with a Dropbox, using the data you already have. And like I said, make sure you're using the paid version because it does protect a lot of this for you. So this is exactly how you use ChatGPT, your CRM, which we're using HubSpot, to really take it to the next level, to understand the data and to take action on that data. I hope everybody has enjoyed this video. Remember, click, subscribe, like the channel below. If you're in our private community, I will have a step-by-step guide on how you can do this in your business. If you're not in that community, you can also click on the link in the description of this video to come over and join our paid community for just $47 a month. We'd love to have you over there as we discuss these things every week with these step-by-step guides. Thank you.